In this video, I'm going to give you 3 steps simple price action strategy that will help you find the best trade opportunities with a very high win percentage. But before we do that, if you are new to the channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell so you will be notified when I will upload more videos like this in the future. Let's get into this video. The first step is to open up any pair on the tradingview.com, and we are going to start our analysis from the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we need to identify the break of key support and resistance levels. Once we find the break of support and resistance level, the break of support and resistance level should create a lower low in case of sellers and higher high in case of buyers. And here is how the structure will look like on the 4-hour time frame. Let's say we only want to buy, so it means that we are only going to look for the break of resistance levels. So on the 4-hour time frame, we need a structure like this. Any level that will help the market at least 2 times will be considered a key level of resistance on the 4-hour time frame. And if we break that, it means we have created a higher high, and that is what we all need to do on the 4-hour time frame. And I will show you 2 examples in a moment that how these structures actually look like on the charts, and then I will give you the trade examples for the buy and for the sell as well. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are going to start our analysis from it. And on 4-hour time frame, we need to mark the key support and resistance level. If we want to buy, we need the break of resistance level, and if we want to sell, we need the break of support level. Once we find the break of support and resistance, then we need to go to 1-hour time frame, and on 1-hour time frame, we are simply just going to wait for a pullback to happen. A pullback should look like this. In case of buyers, let's say it's a 1-hour time frame, and we had this level of resistance that we broke to the upside and created a higher high. We need the market to come towards this level to retest this resistance that we broke, the key resistance level, which actually looks like this on 4-hour, and the structure looks like this, the above structure on 1-hour time frame. We need the market to make a pullback towards this level, give us a couple of rejections here to confirm that yes, the buyers are holding the position and the market is unable to go down, and we are getting ready to go up after this pullback on the 1-hour time frame. So on 4-hour time frame, we need to identify the key support level, key resistance level, and also the break of that support and resistance level. Then the second step is to go down to 1-hour time frame to wait for the pullback. And then once there is a pullback, the last step and the most important step is that we need to go down 1 time frame lower. We further need to go down to 15-minute time frame because we are going to place our trade from 15-minute time frame. We are going to find the opportunity, the trade opportunity on 15-minute time frame, and we are also going to mark our stop losses and take profit areas. So the step number 3 is to go down to 15-minute time frame to wait for the trade opportunity. These are the only 3 steps that we need to follow in order to find the perfect opportunities to buy and to sell. Now that you have understood the fundamentals of this strategy, that how we are going to use this strategy to find the trade setups, now let's see some trade examples. And for the first example, we are going to see the buy trade opportunity, and for this second example, we are going to see the sell trade opportunity. So it's the British pound US dollar 4-hour time frame chart, and on the 4-hour time frame, we need to find the key resistance level in case of buyers and then the break of that structure. So we have the resistance level here. As we can see, the market actually held to go down from this area several times, and when from here the buyers made a movement, we went higher than this area, we broke it to the upside. So now that we have the resistance level here that was holding the market to go down several times, and we also have a break of structure that created this higher high area here, what we are going to do, we are going to go down to 1-hour time frame to find the pullback, to wait for the pullback, and I'm going to show you how does the pullback look like on the 1-hour time frame. So this is how the market structure looks like on the 1-hour time frame. We had this resistance level. As you can see, it was a very strong resistance level, a very key level that recently got broken to the upside. And when it got broken, we created this higher high area, and market started to make a pullback towards this level of resistance that we broke to the upside. So when we made a pullback, we need a structure inside this pullback. So what kind of a structure we need? Let me show you here. Whenever we make a breakout to the upside or to the downside, in case of this example, to the upside from the resistance level, there should be a lot of strength inside that breakout area. It means that if the buyers are going up to break this level of resistance, they should be having a lot of momentum, a lot of strength inside this movement. And when the pullback will start to happen on 1-hour time frame, it should be a weaker movement as compared to the previous buyer's movement. So the seller's movement after when the pullback starts to happen, it should be like this, like it has to be a proper correction movement. So it means that after the impulsive movement, we need a correction towards that level of resistance that we will break. And in case of sellers, when we make a strong movement to the downside after breaking the support level, we also need a movement like this that will then test the level of support that we will break to create this lower low in case of seller's example. So here we have the buyer's example. So as you can see here, that market, it actually made a very strong movement from here to here, and then the sellers, they made a struggling movement, a proper correction movement or a pullback to test that level of resistance that we broke from here. So as there was enough struggle here, we can clearly see the movements from the sellers. It wasn't really strong as the movement from the buyers. So we need to then go down to 15-minute time frame because the pullback has happened and we have came towards that level of resistance that we broke. So we need to find the trade opportunity on 15-minute time frame, then to identify the stop loss area and the targeted area. So let's move down to 15-minute time frame to find the trade opportunity. So here is the 15-minute time frame, and this was the resistance area that we broke to the upside. As you can see, the market, it actually came to test that level of resistance, and when we came to test that level of resistance, we are not going to blindly buy from any area. We need to identify a level from where we can actually enter for the buy side. So for this example, I always recommend looking for a demand level in case of a buyer's movement and a supply level in case of a seller's movement. So it means that as we were making this movement, we can clearly see that when we reached this area, we made a small pullback, created a small demand here before making a movement to the upside. So it is only visible on 15-minute time frame, and we are always going to find this kind of a demand level in case of buy example on a 15-minute time frame. So as we have this level of demand here, we are going to mark this area and we need the market to come towards this level, and from here it should start getting rejected. So when we came towards that level, as we can see, market made a movement, then buyers came up, sellers then came down again, got rejected, buyers made a movement. Sellers tried again, got rejected, buyers made a movement. So we need 2 rejections at least. We have this one rejection and we have this second rejection. And after this second rejection, we can enter for the buy side. But I always like to wait until the buyers show some sort of a momentum, which we showed here. As you can see, we have some sort of a momentum here when we got the rejection for the second time. And after that, when the sellers made a movement to that level of small resistance that we break here, anywhere we place our trade for the buy side, place our stop loss just lower than the demand level, and our target at the higher high area is definitely a very nice opportunity. And I am going to show you this similar pattern on the sell side as well. So let me repeat it. We always need to find the break of strong support or resistance level on 4-hour time frame. We should then create a higher high or lower low. And then on 1-hour time frame, we wait for a pullback to happen, and the pullback should be in a proper correction movement. Once there is a pullback and the market reaches the level of breakout area, then we need to go down to 15-minute time frame. And on 15-minute time frame, in case of buyers, we need a demand level from where we can potentially have a rejection. And in case of sellers, we need a supply level from where we can potentially have a rejection. So when the market came towards that level, we need at least 2 rejections. And after the second rejection, I like to wait for the buyers to make some sort of a strong movement to give us some signs that they are picking up strength. Then I take the opportunity for the buy, place my stop loss lower than the demand level in case of buyers, and my target at the higher high area. Now let's see one more example, but this time for the sell side. So I have opened up an Australian dollar US dollar 4-hour time frame chart, and as you can see, we had this level right here, the support level that was holding the market many times, and when we broke it to the downside, we came with a lot of strength, and we also created this lower low area. So we have the support level, the very strong support level, we have the breakout, which then created a new lower low area as well. So on the 1-hour time frame, we are going to wait for the market to make a pullback towards that level of support that we recently broke. So what really happened, that market, it made a pullback from here, buyers came up, then sellers came down, buyers came up, sellers came down, and then buyers came up, sellers then made a movement. As I said, that inside the pullback, we need a proper correction movement after this big impulsive movement. So we have this correction movement here, and we came towards that level of support that we broke recently on the 4-hour time frame. So what we are going to do, as we have the pullback, we are going to go down to 15-minute time frame to find the entry level, the exit level, and the take profit area. So let's move down to 15-minute time frame. So on the 15-minute time frame, as we can see, this was the strong impulsive movement to the downside, and this was the overall pullback area, the pullback movement on the 15-minute time frame, which is definitely visible. So as I said, that I like to mark the demand level in case of buyers movement and the supply level in case of sellers movement. So inside this overall big movement, we made the sellers movement first, then made a pullback, created a supply, then did the same thing. Sellers came down, created a supply, and then dropped. So we had this level of supply here and this level of supply here as well. So I prefer to look for the supply level that is near to the area of the breakout. So the only nearest area of the supply is actually this right here. So I like to wait for the market to come towards this level on 15-minute time frame. As we came towards that level, we can clearly see the momentum from the buyers inside this big sellers movement. And when we got rejected from here, look how strong the sellers made a movement. When we created a movement, there was only one rejection. As I said in the previous example that I need 2 rejections. So what happened, that market, it made a movement towards that level, got rejected again, could not break this level. And when we got rejected after the second time, the sellers started to show a lot of momentum. So anywhere we place our trade here, put our stop loss slightly higher than the supply zone, and our target at the lower low area is definitely a very nice trade opportunity. And you can see that how well we made the movement to the downside, and we recently got hit at our take profit area. So I hope that you guys got some value out of this video. I tried to show you the simplest 3 steps price action strategy that you can easily use on any pair of the forex market. First, you need to go to 4-hour time frame to find the break of strong support or resistance level. Then you need to go down to 1-hour time frame to wait for the pullback, and then on the 15-minute time frame, which is our third step, we need to mark the level of supply or demand from where we can potentially have a rejection, and based on that rejection we can place our target, our stop loss, and take the entry. So I hope you guys got some value out of this video. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you are liking the content. So thank you for watching guys. I will see you in the next video. Peace.